Hello, are you looking to move to Naperville, or maybe you are currently living in Naperville and you want to know what the current market is doing? I'm going to go over just that information that hopefully will give you clarity on what you might have heard of what is going on in the local market. Hello, my name is Kristine Glockler with Coldwell Realty, real estate since 1978 in the Chicago suburbs. We cover the majority of the Chicagoland region and quite a number of downtown neighborhoods as well. If you have any questions, feel free to drop questions in the comments or send me a text or an email. So today we're talking about Naperville single family homes as far as what the market is doing. Now, you might have heard, okay, there's not a lot of inventory. There's a lot of buyer demand, but not a lot of inventory, especially in the most common price ranges. Now, in Naperville, the most common price ranges, so to speak, are under about 550, 500,000. That's where we're really seeing a lot of competition. But to give you perspective, we've also had listings exceeding $1 million in the local market that have also received multiple offers. So it really depends on three factors: condition of the property, location of the property, price, and also with all of that, of course, supply and demand, and how many buyers there are looking for that particular property type, property, location, etc. So right now, the number of homes for sale, as far as single family homes in Naperville as of July 2023, is 218. To give you comparison as far as what we're talking about, as far as such a decrease in inventory, and you can see here, back in January of 2020, 852 homes were for sale. Now, to help put that into perspective, our market has a lot of seasonality to it. So typically November, December, January, February, even into parts of March, some years are a little bit slower. There was a saying years ago that the unofficial start to the real estate market is right after the Super Bowl. But in these last number of years, we've been in business and real estate a very long time. And it used to start earlier than what it has been these last number of years. So take that into consideration, that January of 2020, 852 homes, and that's not even our busiest time frame in this market. We're not like warmer climates like Arizona or California. And yes, people buy and sell homes all throughout the year, but when you're not really weather specific and people are moving or relocating all year round, and we don't have that during our winter months as much. But going back to relocation, there are also a lot of clients that have to relocate before the beginning of the year. So that's something to consider as well. So you could see, even if we look at about a year ago, right, July of 2022, there were still 265 homes, still more than what we're at now. And there are a lot of reasons why this is happening. So there are what's called the 7 Ds of real estate. And I've talked about that in another video. I'm not going to digress too much on that now, but reasons why people transact, why people buy and sell. So unfortunately, death, divorce, diploma, people get a job and want to move, distance, someone wants to be closer to work, diamonds, someone gets engaged or married and they want to purchase, they want to purchase a property. So there are a lot of reasons why people move. What is causing a lot of people to stay in homes now, even if people aren't 100% happy with their property, is most likely, so those people that have mortgages, most of them refinanced and currently have the low mortgage rates that we saw the last couple of years. last few years, really. And of course, they've gone up this year, but really around that 2020, 2021, when mortgage rates were lower, people a lot of times are saying, okay, I'd love to move. I hear it a lot. I'd really like to move, but I don't want to give up my rate. So that is part of the reason. And in our experience, we also have a lot of people that are, it's kind of multi-generational housing. We have people that come in and they maybe have family that comes in from out of the country or the area certain times of the year. And so people are buying homes together. And there are a lot of buyers out looking for a lot of different reasons. So some people have asked, okay, are mortgage rates doing anything as far as buyer demand? Are there not a lot of buyers looking because mortgage rates have gone up? The answer is there are still a lot of buyers looking. Whereas in 2020, 2021, there may have been double the number of offers on a property. There are still situations where there are multiple offers on a lot of properties in, especially, like I said, the most common price ranges, but there are properties that are priced exceeding $1 million. We know firsthand that are also getting multiple offers. So this is what you are looking at. So if you are looking to buy in Naperville, if you are looking to sell in Naperville, I cannot stress this enough. It is so imperative that you work with someone who truly knows the local market, the ins and outs, the intricacies, and not, there are a lot of new agents who don't know what they don't know. And it could really be an opportune time for you to sell if you are a seller, if it's timed right, and if you have the right person working for you. And same goes if you are buying, of course. You need to have someone who's highly experienced in this every day, has experience. We just put a number of homes under contract, each very different situations. And most of them did receive multiple offers. I actually think all of them did. So something to consider. Now, if you look here as far as closed sales, so like I said, the number of homes for sale went down, and so did the number of closed sales, right? And I'm looking here, we're looking at a 3-year timeline. If we were to zoom this into 1 year, you could see, right, how there is such a decrease in properties closing. Price per square foot is something that, it's a good indicator as far as where prices are headed, but you also have to take into consideration that a lot of times agents, I think they don't know, and they're putting properties in the MLS that have incorrect square footage. And it's something that we can tell because we've been in business and real estate for a very long time. We know almost right away when a square footage is wrong on a property. There are floor plans that are raised ranches, that are split levels with a sub basement. And a lot of times in split level properties or T-ranch properties, split ranches, quad levels, a lot of times the lower level, it is above grade, it is considered living space, but a lot of times that is not included in square footage. Well, it's not a basement, it's not below grade. That really should be included in square footage, and a lot of people do not include that. So we know that. So take this with a grain of salt, this price per square foot, because there are a lot of situations where, like I said, the square footage can be wrong, which would then skew these numbers. Months supply of inventory. So what does this mean? This is how long it will take for a property for how long it will take for all of the inventory to sell in a town. So for Naperville, single family, right? We're only looking at single family here. Our month supply of inventory has been pretty steady, and it's hovering right around 1.2 months. So that means in 1.2 months, all of the inventory in Naperville, that's how long it would take for it to sell, right? And you can see back here, going back to the seasonality I mentioned, May, a lot of people transact. April, so it was down to 1 month in those months. So that very much means we are still in a seller's market. Anything under 6 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. anything above 7 is considered a buyer's market. It is nowhere near a buyer's market right now. Anything that hovers between that 6 and 7 typically is what's considered a neutral market, meaning it is neither a buyer nor a seller's market. So I hope you found this information helpful. I hope it helped explain some of the things. I think if people don't know what they don't know, or they're not in the market, like I said, understandably, there are a lot of people that haven't sold or bought in many, many years. Had a number of clients that haven't sold since the 70s, meaning, or haven't purchased since the 70s and have been in their homes that long. You don't know, right? And I think some people assume that as mortgage rates go up, there are going to be fewer buyers looking. In reality, those of us agents who have been in real estate as long as we have, we know that mortgage rates have been much higher. And a lot of newer agents on social media are out there are talking about high interest rates. Yes, they are higher than the 3s, the upper 2s and 4s that we saw years ago, but they are not considered high. They are higher than what they recently were, but there were interest rates of 13, 18, 19%. And yes, I'm fully aware of everything going on, the cost of everything now, but people are still purchasing homes. And as a buyer, you need to be prepared for a multiple offer situation, most likely. If you have any questions, I can help really make this even more digestible and easier to understand for you. I do this. The resources we offer our clients are really unlike anything I've seen in the local market, because we want to educate our clients and have information for them. And so they know and they feel most comfortable when they are writing an offer, if you are a seller and you are receiving offers. So my contact information is below. Be thrilled to have a conversation, learn more about your buying, selling, or investing needs in Naperville. We are also based out of the Orland Park office. We work, as I said, in a number of neighborhoods in downtown Chicago. We're also based out of the Schaumburg, Illinois, so Orland Park, Schaumburg, Naperville. And I am also licensed in Wisconsin, specializing in Lake Geneva, Delavan, those areas, all the way over to Racine, Kenosha, and Wind Point. So if you have any questions, I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.